Ready for the World, a guide to getting that first job in sonography. Hooray! You've completed your courses and passed your exams. You're now a registered sonographer. And as you're taking that well-deserved sigh of relief, you suddenly realize it's time to get that first job. So where do you start? Well, the resume, of course. It's your first introduction to a potential employer and your first chance to make an impression. How do you start? Your first thought has to be, what type of resume should I use? This decision helps shape the rest of the process and the final document. There are two major types of resumes. Each has its use, but you want to use the type that works best for you. The functional or skills resume highlights skills rather than work history. It extracts relevant skills from former jobs, your educational background, your clinical experience. It's great for students who are starting a new career or for career changers who may have gaps in their work history. A traditional or chronological resume highlights your work history and your performance in similar jobs. It's good for seeking a position or advancement within your field. In this presentation, we'll be working on building a functional resume. A second concern should be how your information is presented. There are many sources online where you can find a model or a template you like. The resume on the left is attractive. It's got lots of white space, a little color that makes it stand out, but most importantly, it has a logical, easy-to-follow flow of information. The resume on the right is an attempt to be creative, but the problem is that in the process, it got too busy and information is all over the place. It's difficult to read and it might not get read. Once you've decided on the type and format for your resume, you can turn your attention to what goes in it. Resumes are usually organized in categories, with each heading designed to tell the reader what they're going to learn about you under each section. Okay, you've got the type, you've got the template, you've got the categories. Now you can start to write, right? Well, not quite. The first thing to do is to think about what the job requires, and then tailor your list of skills, experiences, and work history to reflect those needs. There are a lot of important skills needed to be a sonographer, and you know them. But here are a few examples that we thought were important. Critical thinking, teamwork, time management, patient care, and communication skills. But you can come up with a list on your own. Now you've got your information ready to go and your resume outline. Watch here as we fill in the categories and our resume starts to take place. You see? Just as easy as that, we've done it, and it's a great resume. Now you can do the same. Make certain that your resume looks neat and clean and is easy to follow, and make certain that the spelling, grammar, and punctuation are perfect. Even if you're a native English speaker, find someone who's proficient in English to proofread it for you. Your hard work is paid off. You've got your resume in hand and you're ready to go. But who are you sending it to? What do you know about these employers? Not only do you need to look for job openings, you need to do some research into these institutions. And then once you've decided on where to send your resume, make certain that you know who to address and how to contact them. Make certain that your resume is up to date and letter perfect. And don't forget about a great cover letter. We're not covering that in this presentation, but there are plenty of online sources where you can find examples of excellent cover letters. Check them out. In your letter, be confident. Let a potential employer see that you understand their needs and you can deliver. And have someone proofread that letter too. Okay, you just got a call. They want to interview you. Now what do? Well, you get ready for the interview. You've already done some of this preparation when you were researching the employer, but now you have to be able to explain to them in person why you want to work for that organization. Imagine the value that you'll bring to that employer. Prepare answers to challenging questions, like how you've handled difficult situations and how you get along with coworkers. And think of some questions to ask That shows that not only are you interested, but you've done your homework. The day of your interview has arrived. When you leave the house, make certain you take employer contact numbers with you. You'd hate to get caught in traffic and not be able to let them know. And take extra copies of your resume. Don't assume they'll have it when you meet. Be on time. Dress appropriately, a nice business casual, and don't use too much cologne, makeup, or jewelry. Turn off your cell phone. Know the name of the person you're going to be meeting. When you enter the room, shake hands. When you sit down, maintain good posture and avoid fidgeting. Make eye contact with everybody in the meeting. It may be a group interview. And avoid negative comments about previous employers, even if you're called upon to explain how you dealt with a difficult situation. Here are some examples of what to do and what not to do. Let's start with what not to do first.
Hello.
Hi, Maryam.
How are you?
I'm well. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Oh, 1 second. Hello. Oh, hi. How are you? I've been waiting for your call for a while. Oh, this weekend? Sure. What time? Oh, that's a fun place. I love that restaurant. Okay, see you then. Bye-bye.
This is a definite no-no. Here's a better approach. In this case, our candidate has arrived on time. Before she even enters the room, she turns off her cell phone, checks her resume, takes a deep breath, focuses, and she's ready to enter that room with confidence. Okay, you know you did well in the interview, so you're all finished, right? No interview is over until you follow up. And that means sending a written acknowledgement of the meeting within 24 hours and a thank you to everyone involved. In your notes, reinforce your enthusiasm and your interest in the job and your confidence that you can do it, and ask for the job. Congratulations, you just got word that you got the job.